Most annoying people at school. All right, let's get straight to it by Rowdy.
Like snitches. The first time I got snitched on, I was in 2nd grade, and it really gave me trust issues. Basically, I was in class drawing the super S all over my notebook, and 3 boys approached me. I still remember their names, Alex, William, and Kyle. They asked me if I could teach them how to draw the super S, and I was like, sure, why not? Now, I don't know how it is for you guys, but when I was growing up, teachers did not like us drawing the super S for some reason. I guess they thought it stood for something bad or promoted graffiti culture or something. It took me about—
What possibly bad could the Super S do? Like, my nigga, what? Do people think, did the teachers think it stood for sex or something? Like, what the hell?
a minute to teach them my techniques, and after about 5 minutes, they were drawing S's all over their notebooks. We were all sitting there having a great time, and then the teacher walked over to us and asked us what we were doing. Immediately, basically in unison, Alex, William, and Kyle all said, "Oh, we don't know what we were doing. Rowdy came over to us and told us to draw this S." Yo, what the?
They some rats, bro. What? They folded under zero pressure, bro. Oh my god. Yo, what? Yo. Niggas didn't even interrogate or press them or nothing, bro.
Not only did
That's
these guys
crazy.
completely throw me under the bus before the teacher was even mad, they completely fabricated a story to absolve themselves of guilt.
You can tell me. I won't tell anybody.
Jasmine, are you wearing a wire?
Funny
And the
ass,
thing is,
I
bro, the
miss
teacher
Bulldogs,
wasn't
bro.
even mad. She was just curious. She was wondering if the S stood for anything, and I explained that it was just a cool design that people like to draw. And as I was talking to her, Alex, William, and Kyle slithered back to their seats as discreetly as possible.
See, people like that will try to be your friends, bro. But, never let somebody like that in your circle, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. They the least solid nigga you'll ever meet.
And you know who's almost as annoying as snitches? People who decide to have a full friend get together in the halls every day. You see, there was like 3,000 students at the high school I went to,
Damn.
so the halls were always crowded
There's only
as
high school
is.
in your
But
area?
then you have these people who think the best place to have a full gossip session is in the middle of the busiest hallway. It's basically
Nah, the people who just be standing in the middle of the hallway like there's some main characters do be pissing me off. Especially if I got a class like on the opposite side of school and now I gotta maneuver through everybody and all of that. But like, it's like, bro, get to your lockers or just get to the side of the hallway. Make this so we can make sure there's a clear alley for the people who actually want to get to class to go and get to class. I'm not gonna lie. Now, was I one of those people probably in the hallways talking? For sure. But at least I did my part by getting besides the lockers, bro.
the equivalent of having a flipped over 18-wheeler taking up 2 lanes of the highway. It makes traffic go like 4 times slower. One time, me and my friends were walking to class in the morning, and of course, 2 girls were standing and talking in the middle of the hall, crowding everything up. People were
They
annoyed
be
walking
loud,
by them,
too.
but I
They
guess my
always be
friend had
loud.
had enough, because as he walked past them, he bumped one of them. Not
Damn.
hard and not enough
Oh my god, what the hell was
to
that
hurt
clip?
her, just enough that she got the message that she's taking up too much space in the middle of the hall. Immediately she turns around as we pass and she says, "I swear to God, if one more person bumps me." At this point,
If one more person, brother, did you not get the memo the first time, brother? Like, what the f? Hey, after the first one, you should have probably got it into your mind that you should probably get out the way, bro.
had enough.
Be honest.
This girl had the audacity to be mad that people were bumping her as she's standing directly in the middle of the hallway. So I turn back and tell her, maybe don't stand in the middle of the hall if you don't want to get bumped. Apparently that set her off because she kept screaming, come back here," and was
What's she gonna do? I'm not finna fight you, bro. I like my freedom, man. I'm a man and you're a woman. Come on,
literally about to charge me as her friend was holding her back and telling her it's not worth it. Fortunately, she calmed down after a couple seconds because I
It's
have
so funny when people's friends hold them back, like you can't just break away. Niggas be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get your ass." Mind you, their friend is barely even holding. Talking about, "Yeah, my friend was holding me back. I swear I would beat your ass, brother." You have free will. Push your friend off and go do what you was finna say you was finna do, bro. Niggas just be pussy. I ain't gonna lie.
no clue what the course of action is if a girl starts to swing on you. Let me know in the comments. If you were in my situation and say the girl actually charged you, what are you doing? But you know
Walking
who's
away.
more annoying than
Best thing
people
to do, never hit a girl, bro. There's nothing good that can come from that shit.
Talking in the
Just
halls
walk away.
is just that overly PC girl who's in all of your classes. Like, I understand that high schoolers want to be morally righteous and make a difference in the world, yada yada, but there comes a point where you're actually just psychotic. When I was in 10th grade, there was a guy who was chatting on our grades community Discord server. Basically,
is
he
that
had just
clip?
failed a test, so he typed in chat, "Yo, I'm so," and he called himself a word that starts with R and rhymes with good-hearted, if you know what I mean. He
retarded.
basically typed, "I can't believe I failed that test. I'm so good-hearted." Now, there was a girl in
that way, man. Yo, be a king. Respect yourself, bro.
the chat who apparently took great offense to the use of the word good-hearted, even though she wasn't even part of any of the groups that would be offensive towards. So what do you think she did in that situation? A, told him politely that she didn't like that word. B, say nothing. Or C, screenshot his text in chat and create a TikTok video doxing him and saying that we should cancel this 15-year-old for using offensive language.
You doing way too much. You're doing way too much. It's never that deep. Ever. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
she did see. Luckily, the TikTok didn't pick up steam because nobody cares, but just the fact that she was willing to stoop to that level is shocking. Also, in regards to the term good...
I know she's a teacher pet, bro. I know she the type of girl to remind the teacher that the homework was due last night when the teacher forgot the shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Hearted, I agree with Michael Scott's logic.
You don't call
Good-hearted.
people,
Good hearts.
you call your friends
Good hearts.
when they're acting.
Good-hearted. Did y'all ever have to do Socratic seminars in school?
Not gonna lie, I don't know.
If you did, you know the struggle, but if you didn't, you are a truly fortunate soul. Basically, Socratic seminars were like a student-led discussion where everyone brings questions, and we were supposed to discuss the book we were reading in class. The thing is, these were always major grades, and you
I never did that shit. Did y'all? I've never done
were
that.
supposed to talk
Never even
like
heard
at
of it.
least 6 times during the discussion, and this would always go horribly wrong because someone always makes the point you were about to make right before you speak, and then you're sitting there scrambling trying to figure out an original point. The worst thing about Socratic seminars though is that you're like sitting in this big circle and there's supposed to be this group leader that's there to facilitate conversation, and if someone in the group isn't talking, the leader is supposed to, you know, encourage them to speak, but most of the time these kids were awful at their job. Like, you could have spoken 10 times during the discussion and the leader would still be like, "You over there, you've been kind of quiet. You have anything else to add?" It's like, "No, bitch, I don't. I already spoke like 8 times. How about you hop off my dick?" Unfortunately, if
The only times that stuff like that would happen in my classes would be the teacher, like, you feel me, leading the discussion. I've never had another student leading the discussion. That's weird.
I ever actually said that, I'd get a detention. Speaking of detentions, some teachers would hand these out like they were candy on Halloween. The dumbest detention story ever happened to me in 7th grade in study skills class, which was basically just a free period. I don't remember the exact context, but I was messing around with my friend and I told him, "I challenge you to a duel," out loud. I think we
Okay.
were joking about knights or something like that. Immediately, the teacher looked up from her desk and angrily asked, "Who said that?" I didn't even think I had said anything wrong, so I raised my hand and said, "It was me." She started yelling at me from
Bro, just
across
opt
the
yourself
room.
out.
That is inciting violence. That is unacceptable behavior.
Man, yo, I hated teachers like this, bro. What are you talking about? Inside of I know she was over the age of 50. She was white, gray hairs, and she has a distinguishable hate for minorities that nobody talks about. But hey, I ain't gonna check her voter registry. I'm sure she's a MAGA supporter. I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro.
I tried explaining myself like, no, it was a joke. And my friend tried to back me up like, "Yeah, he's just joking. We're not about to fight." I said, "I challenge you to a duel." How do you take that seriously?
Like, brother, this is not the 1600s, man. Like, the fuck? Come on, bro.
But apparently Smooth Brain over here thinks I'm about to go Mike Tyson in the middle of the class. She wasn't willing to listen to my explanation no matter how obvious it was, so she walked right over to me and handed me a detention slip.
Nah, she was having a bad day. There's no way. There's no way she gave you a detention for that. When even your boy who you said it to was like, nah, we was just trolling. The fuck? Like, what's wrong with
Now,
Shorty?
this was an awful situation for me
That's
because
crazy.
this was the week of basketball tryouts, and the coaches specifically said that if you get into any trouble during this week, you won't make the team.
Oh,
so I'm
hell
about to get
no, I'll
cut
be
from
tight.
basketball because I said, I challenge you to a duel. Luckily, I was cool with the coaches, so I explained to them the situation, and they understood, and I still made the team, but I still had to serve the most pointless detention in history. Another thing that annoyed me about school was just writing pointless detention in history. Another
I didn't know Miss Thizzle has some thighs like that. Let me lock
thing
in.
that
My fault,
annoyed
my
me
fault.
about school was just riding the school bus. Not only do you have to wake up extra early in the morning to catch the bus, but you arrive home like 40 minutes late in the evening. Plus, every morning I'd hop
I
on
never
the
rode the bus to school. I went to a school where my parents had to take me.
bus sleep deprived and try to get an extra 30 minutes of sleep. But of course, my
had that
bus
experience.
driver
I
would
wasn't.
be blasting morning radio as loud as possible. So I'm over here trying to fall asleep while some woman is in the background crying about how her husband doesn't love her anymore. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, alright? It's too early for me to care about your problems.
Now, one thing I did experience is listening to the Steve Harvey morning show going to school, bro. Nigga, them strawberry letters was always crazy on me. That shit was fire, bro.
Honestly, these aren't even like half the people that annoy me at school, so if you want a part 2, let me know down below.
Okay, good little video. I'm not gonna lie. One person that always did annoy me at school, besides the Hot Cheeto girls, of course, like that shit, was a nigga that always pulled up musty, bro. Cause there's always somebody in your class that's gonna pull up to school musty. Like, brother, I think I told y'all this one time. But one time I had this, there was this kind of popular girl who was at my school, and like midway through the year, you could kind of tell like she was going through some shit. And one of the main reasons why you could tell is because she smelled like she pulled up to school. Promise you, she had them little gray swiggly lines behind her with the flies following around her like she was in a cartoon. The shit was musty as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Every single time she walked by me, everybody was in the nose. I'm gonna keep it a bean. So she got so bad to the point where she also played basketball. By the way, I played basketball back in middle. I think it was it was middle school. It was middle school. I think it was middle school. I played basketball back then too. And I remember one day after the girls played, right? Because the boys always played after the girls. I was sitting in the bleachers with my boys, and apparently her family, her dad and her mom, whatever, they was right in front of us, right? Brother, this girl was a starter on the team, so that means she played a whole bunch of minutes. Matter of fact, I think that she played the whole game that game. After the game was over, she came over to hug and greet her family. And brother, I'm telling you right now, I don't know how this shit was possible, but just by me directly sitting behind her, I somehow got all of her full game, post game, non-shower, whatever bullshit ass musk squirted in my ear, my nigga. Squirted in my nose, bro. I just got the whole scent around me, funky, bullshit, stank. She just stank, bro. I got to whiff for everything, bro. I'm not gonna lie, to this day, that was one of the worst smells I ever smelled, bro. I still remember the exact smell to this day, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. It turns out, girl was, I think she was going through some shit. So there's a reason why she stank like that, bro. And apparently she wasn't taking showers and shit. But oh my gosh, that shit was so bad, bro. Till this day, that shit put me in tears, man. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's the video. Anyways, let me know about your annoying people that you interacted with at your school. Besides that, Sky Chris, stay fly, we out.